We are back here on the Cowboys Report because the Cowboys have hired their new offensive coordinator, Klayton Adams, coming over from the Arizona Cardinals to take on the non-play calling OC role. We will break that down in depth here on today's at-home edition. I am homesick with a toddler, Olivia, who doesn't feel too good, huh? You feel okay? Yeah, she doesn't feel the bestest, so I'm with her at home today. So we're breaking down the news, though, because stuff happens. We do videos for you, so hopefully she behaves for the entirety of today's show. I love you too, sweetie. Remember to hit that sub button to help me feed her and keep the family happy here in the Downey household. Let's break down the Klayton Adams hire on today's video. He had been pretty heavily linked to the Cowboys. This had seemingly been the top target, and I like this for a couple of different reasons. You know, the first of which is the Cowboys had made this pretty clear that they were trying to find someone to help out their ground game, which is a good thing. I didn't like their schematics last year. I didn't like the way they tried to run the football. I didn't like a lot of the things they were schematically designing to do up front. Go look at what the Cardinals have done. Look at that overall offensive line in Arizona. And they have been able to run the football despite not having the best offensive line unit. I think they've gotten better play out of the offensive line than the overall talent level probably suggests they should be able to. They battled injuries. They fought through it. They don't have exactly a bunch of household names outside of, maybe the tackles, a lot of unknowns beyond that. So being able to get an offensive line coach who has proven he can step up and maximize a not the most on-paper talented group and run the ball with the level of efficiency that Arizona has done, I think is a good thing. I've made this comment before. I'm happy to make it again. I had put Drew Petzing on my list of, if you do a real coaching search, head coach candidates to interview because I liked a lot of what he was doing from a ground game perspective. I thought he was very creative in his run schemes, and it certainly sounds like Klayton Adams, the now former Cardinals offensive line coach, played a significant role in what that run game scheme looked like. That is a big deal to me. There were some great notes from John Owning on how they use the counter concepts, which the Cowboys don't really run. The Cardinals have run it 3 times more frequently than what Dallas has over the past 2 seasons, i.e. the 2 years that Klayton Adams was in charge. So bringing him in what I assume is going to be an offensive coordinator title and maybe a run game coordinator tacked on there. The OC title obviously is the reality because that's how you're able to steal him from the Arizona Cardinals. That is a big deal. I like the Klayton Adams hiring. Not only that, it is an outside your bubble hire for both the Cowboys organization and Brian Schottenheimer. We'll see if it works out. Coaching hires are by no means locks. They're by no means guarantees. But being able to add someone from outside your bubble and try to add different new ideas, I think is a good thing. I don't want a staff full of yes men. I don't want a staff of just buddies. Getting an outside that bubble hire, I think is a good thing. All right, more on this to come, but I want you to grade the hire of Klayton Adams as the new Cowboys offensive coordinator. A, B, C, D, or F. Go vote the pinned comments of today's show. If the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. Do you have a grade, Olivia? Is it an A grade?
Yeah.
It's an A grade? Okay, that's a good thing. Oh, no one knows ball better than Olivia. Let's run through his coaching career real quick. Cardinals offensive line coach past couple of seasons. Before that was the Colts tight ends coach for 2 seasons. Colts had decent tight end play in that time frame. Also was an assistant offensive line coach in Indy for 2 seasons. Was briefly the Colorado co-offensive coordinator back in 2018. So, has technically some experience there. And the Colorado offensive line coach, the 3 seasons before taking on that particular role. One other note from ESPN, it sounds like not only were the Cardinals preparing to lose Adams to the Cowboys, but they were also fully prepared to lose Adams to the Saints with the assumed hire of Kellen Moore. So you're kind of getting the double whammy of preventing Kellen Moore from getting somebody apparently he had interest in. Very clear sign that this is an on-the-rise, young, offensive-minded coach that has fans from across the entire organization. I want to spend some more time here on the run game side of things. Some good notes from John Oning I want to give him some shouts for. But first, today's show is made possible by Game Time. Game Time's got a new feature. It's called Game Time Picks. It makes getting tickets for events even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to only show you incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets to find the best possible value. It is curation to make it easier to find the best price on great seats. Like when we went to the Bluey show. Do you remember that one? With you, me, and Mimi and Grandbob? Remember that? Oh, you loved that show. Download the Game Time app today. Create your account. Use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Game Time guarantee is this. You find tickets in the same section and row for less. Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Go download the app today, gametime.co. Create your account. Use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. But again, create your account, redeem code CHATSPORTS, ChatSports, for $20 off your first purchase. Link again will be in the comment section and the description of today's show. Terms apply, but it's gametime.co, promo code ChatSports. You feeling okay? You gonna just lay down there a little bit? Yeah, that's fine. All right, let's talk more on the offensive coordinator hire of Klayton Adams, the new Cowboys OC. A couple good notes from John Oning. I want to make sure I'm giving him the proper credit for there. Adams, and this is stuff I've heard as well, but Oning was I think one of the main leads on this one, or lead pushers of it. Run game design concepts matter here. You look back, and if you've watched our shows before, I bemoaned the usage of tight inside zone, which is what McCarthy called it. I called it tight zone as a pejorative, and then McCarthy got up there one day and was like, "Yeah, it's our tight inside zone." I'm like, "I hate it here. This is not a good concept." The Cardinals' run game schemes far more creative. They do counters. They get to the outside. Just go look at what the Cardinals did to you the last two times they've played you, especially this past year. They ran all over you, or not past the year before that. They have torched you repeatedly on the ground. They just ran it at will, and they've been a very successful run team despite, I don't think, having an elite named offense. Like, their starters for a good portion of the year were Paris Johnson, Yelda Frohold, who's bounced around the NFL at center, had a third-round pick in Isaiah Adams, Will Hernandez, cast off from the Giants. Jonah Williams missed a lot of time this year. Evan Brown was a cast off from Seattle. They made it work with less offensive line talent than you have right now. I think getting a better offensive line coach, who we'll see what the Cowboys' overall plan is on the offensive line coach side, as an offensive line as the OC, I think that's going to be a pretty key focal point on what he's going to be involved there. But I think getting this type of coach in is a big deal. And I think the pass protection schemes are also probably pretty good as well. Kyler Murray, dynamic at times, is not exactly the easiest coach to design pass concepts for. You are limited with the size that he doesn't bring. Now, I am excited about the Klayton Adams hire, but I also understand if there's some hesitation because this is not a household name. It's not a name we've heard of before. Be honest with me. Had you heard of Klayton Adams before this week? Y for yes, N for no. Look, overall, I like the staff that this Cowboys team is putting together. Now, it's still not done yet. Doesn't mean it always works. It's not a guarantee when you're promoting coaches and whatnot there. And, you need Eberflus to bounce back after a bad ending to his tenure in Chicago. I like most of the staff members he's brought on. I don't have any major issues with the staff. The Nick Sorensen one concerns me a little bit. But the process for Adams' hire, that matters to me. And I think it's a good process. You're going outside your organization. You're getting new ideas. You're focusing on an area that I thought you had major problems with the past 2 years of this inside zone stuff. Getting more creative run game schemes. I think you'll be able to marry the run game and pass game concepts. I think all of those things matter. Now, and in the end, it doesn't matter if Schottenheimer isn't good enough as head coach and a play caller. But in terms of the steps you've made since then, I do think this coaching staff is off to the right start for the Dallas Cowboys. So remember to subscribe. Hit that sub button if you haven't already. Olivia, do you want to yell "Go Cowboys" for me?
No.
You don't want to do it?
No.
Do you want to say bye to them?
No.
Okay. Well, then we'll sign off and end it here. Hit that sub button so you don't miss out on future shows.